Lord, that took forever to load. Hopefully this will stay connected. Um, when I get on here, uh, go over a couple of things that I wanted to let people know about. I haven't been on because of work and shit falling off the thing already. Because of work and other things, but one thing I want to get on here, and I want to rant about a couple of things, so hopefully I don't piss anybody off when I do this, is okay, I'm really starting not to be a fan of Facebook no more. Um, I've actually had a couple of people tell me, well, if you do a YouTube and you do it on Facebook, something about the views and shit like that. But it's just people are just. It amazes me how ignorant people can be. Okay, you get on there, you talk to them, and they just blow everything all out of proportion. And usually I have a microphone with me, and when I do these, but like I said, I haven't did these, and I didn't check my mixer the other day to see if it needed charges, so it's charging now. So hopefully everybody can hear me, or whoever's watching. Just like I said, I'm a big fan of Facebook because you get people on there like, oh, they want to be your friend, and you figure, oh, you'll be nice and start talking to them, and then you get people on there and want you to send them money to help them out. Want you to pay off credit cards for them, send them money. You never met the person in the day in life, but they have no problem on wanting to ask you for money and shit like that. And so I'm gonna get on there. I usually get on there because I got family on there, and I usually do once in a blue moon. I'll do a Facebook Live just for something to do, But it's probably gonna come down. Probably won't even do them on there. But I'm just gonna start getting on there. If the first person that starts asking me for money, I'm done. I'm not even gonna bother them. I'm just gonna block them, unfriend them, and block them. You can't get on if you don't know someone. You never met them day in your life. You cannot get on there and say, "Oh, by the way, can you pay my rent for me?" No, I work to take care of my kids. That's where my money goes. I just spent $150 yesterday so my daughter can go birthday shopping. But these people get on there and expect you to send them money. Okay, if you get on there and ask for money, there's something seriously wrong with you. So that's one of the rants I wanted to go on about. And people get on it. You can't joke. People joke with you, but then when they ask for something, you tell them no. They just make up stuff. So out with that. So I'm gonna start doing these on YouTube and Instagram. So I just it just amazes me how people can blow shit out of proportion. I've always told people I'm not an ATM machine. If you want to be a friend, that's fine. I'll talk to you. If I get on her and start doing these, and I have she's not here today. She's visiting a friend. They get on her. They make inappropriate comments to her. She's only 17. If you get on her and say, "Oh, I can't wait till you turn 18," then you got something seriously wrong with you. But they'll do this over the computer. But when you see them in person, oh, I was just messing around. Well, of course, if you see me leaning, it's just to see who's watching. And I think I got one person watching, so I don't know who the one person is. But it's just fucking, I'm trying not to cut. Well, I had to put her, it's not appropriate for kids to listen because me, I don't have a filter. I don't care if I upset someone. If I upset someone, then either unfriend me or don't talk to me, because frankly, I don't care. I've had the last couple of days, it's been kind of shitty, but like I said, I got rid of the beard for anybody that doesn't notice and wouldn't notice. I have 2 great nephews and a great niece. They aren't real fond of beards, and I didn't want to scare them, so I was like, you know what, I'll just shave it. Which I feel a lot better, but look a lot younger because all the gray was on the side, But people are just ignorant anymore. My kids don't even want to get on there and do it because someone's always got some smart ass comment they want to make. Now I had friends that joke, that's understandable. They get on there and they joke about stuff, But you get other people on here, never met these kids in person or, talk to them on the phone. I have one friend oh, he's pretty, oh, he's famous because everybody knows who he is. He even says he's people like that are just ignorant. But, if you're going to be that big of a piece of shit that you're going to talk to underage kids like that, then you need to get mental help. Like I said, I don't care if I piss someone off. My thing is, like I told my doctor, she goes, "You're going to make someone mad." I'm like, "Well, that's one less person we have to worry about." But it just, people are just, the thing about the money. I mean, total strangers, there's women on there. Oh, I'll send you a picture. I know I told the one woman, I said, "Honey, you can send all the pictures you want. You haven't got something I haven't seen before." I said, "I'm almost 50 years old. I'll be 47 this month." And when they degrade yourself by sending pictures, there's something wrong with them. That's just, you have no morals. And if you keep seeing me look this way, a friend of mine's doing his podcast, which he's probably like the fourth person I know that people know who they are. They're well known, and it's all about wrestling. And like up where I'm at now, I was at work yesterday, and I was there for 10 hours, and I had probably over like 2 dozen cars show up. People just saying that, oh, they knew me because of the wrestling and stuff like that. Which I'm not, and I told them I'm not famous. Small towns, everybody's gonna know who you are. And it's just ignorant how people can be. If you don't go on and start asking people for money. There's like one person, I'm not gonna mention him. Like I'm not gonna oust him out on here. Got in trouble, because one of the people that I know on one of my friends list messaged me, sent me all the screenshots from her page. And you can't get on there and ask people inappropriate shit. I mean, I'm not gonna say his name. I don't affiliate with him anymore. Basically, I knew him almost 20 years, and that right there just ended a friendship because he got caught, threw me underneath the bus, tried to say I put him up to it. I was a bad influence, and I'm like, you know what? And then he gave everybody this bullshit story that he can't read. That's no excuse. You don't do stuff like, you don't get on there with someone you don't know, you never met a day in your life, never talked to him on the phone, or send him a Christmas card or a fucking postcard, excuse my language, and do that. I mean, people are like that, right? That's why my middle one doesn't like doing these. And I told her, she said she goes, I just don't feel safe. She goes, every time I get on her, someone, no, I have a couple of friends that tease her, but she knows they joke. But it's pretty bad. I do these because I like doing them. I did them a long time ago, where I would get on her, like, they weren't like huge wrestling superstars. They were like independent wrestlers. And, they get on her, cut a promo. That's fine. But, I was telling her, I was like, I was thinking about doing it again. And she thought she was actually, I had to get on her about, I said, don't bring about politics. People don't want to hear that shit. Everybody has their own views, who they want to support. If you don't like who they support, that's your thing. But no, she got on there, and finally she started to realize, hey, and then it just got to the point where she didn't want to watch it and do it no more. And like, if you notice, if you watch, like you said, if you have friends, I'm getting people that are going to start coming on watching these, you'll notice it's just me. And I've asked her, I said, do you want to try to do these? And we did one, and she didn't even, was like, she didn't even care. Me, she gets offended real easy. I don't. If you don't like what I say, don't watch. You're not, like I said, you're not going to hurt my feelings, because frankly, I don't care. I've said a lot of things to people that people have been mad about. I've actually said it for real. There's times at wrestling shows I did it. I had a whole crowd of people mad at me one time, and it got to the point where I had to go down the back entrance way to get out of the building. I guess that's why everybody still remembers stuff like that. And it wasn't like like the how's that place in Pittsburgh? Well, it used to be the Metal Arena. Now it's some kind of paint arena or something. like that, or it's just like going to Philadelphia to the Spectrum, or like it's nothing like Madison Square Garden. There's been like bingo halls, gymnasiums and stuff like that. That everybody said, well, you ought to get to be a part of. Because I used to help out. I worked backstage. Well, I would started work backstage, and they said, well, we'd like to get you out there to, see, 'cause I always, I didn't want to, I told them I didn't want to be a fan favorite. And then that's when I want to go out there and get in the ring. And I crap on people like you wouldn't believe. People get pissed. That's why I say, do it when you do it for real, and it's just, you do it as a character. It's two different stories. But, I mean, I help friends out. Like I helped a friend last night. I sent him money because he was trying to get his car. I didn't send him a whole lot. It was something like really small, but he appreciated it because he needs, his transportation. He's been a big help to me. He's got something worked out, and he's got something going on now that if it pans out real good, he said he's going to pay me back for all the help and plus more. I mean, if you do something nice for someone, that's fine. But then you have the ones that you do it for, and they just want to use you. And I know two people like that, and they're downstate, and I've had to bail them out, which I didn't do it that helped them. I did it because who they rented, got like rented the ring off of. I've been around them, for a long time, and I know, you can't screw someone out on paying someone. So I always paid the one guy, real nice guy. Like I said, I don't want to mention any names and have someone call me, but it amazes me how people, they want to use people, And I've had a lot of people, like I get people call and ask, or like message me for help. There's like a couple places to start up wrestling. They said, what do I need to start a wrestling? I said, one, I said, you need a ring. I said, two, you want to make it look professional. You don't want to look like something you stick in your damn backyard. Two, and I said, the third thing is you're going to need wrestlers. I said, you get on Facebook, you tell them who you are, blah, blah, blah. Like now I have a buddy I actually had two buddies, met him about almost 5 years ago. They, one was a former friend, said, look, they just got a ring. Can you go over and see how everything, they got a, top notch, they got a ring. Well, they got a new ring. They got the guardrails, they got the entranceway, But like I said, they're real good friends, We see now we joke around, we pick on each other. It's all out of fun, And I've met a lot of people over the years, and there's like maybe like a handful. How I got to do this, I went one time to a show, and it was bad at first. There was like 25, maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 people. That's not, to me, that's not a crowd of people, because the money you're putting into it, you're not getting back. I was taught, if you're going to go do a show, have the money on hand. I don't, because he said, God told me, because you can't rely on tickets. Which a couple of times I actually realized, thank God I had the money, but it's just, I told the one guy, I said, you got to get insurance. Buildings ain't cheap. And the one guy that I talked to that was on TV, I think he's in his 70s now, said that he was actually surprised how much I knew by just, coming and watching the shows. And I told my one buddy, I said, hey, well, this when I first met him, I said, why don't you let me help you with advertising? I said, maybe if you advertise a little bit more, you'll get a lot more people. Well, God rest his soul, was probably one of the best friends I've ever had in my life. He was, like my other two buddies, I don't consider them friends. I consider them best friends. One of them just reminds me of him. But he went in. I gave him my number, never called. Went to the next show. Told him, hey, I'm willing to help. You don't have to pay me. Didn't hear from him. Went to the third show, and that's when he said, yeah. Well, I started helping him. We started advertising. He went from like 30 people. He went to 80 people. We did a little bit more advertising. We went from 110 people to 185 to 265. One was like 385 people. The most he's ever had was like 400. to about 500 people. That was like 21 years ago. Now, when the UFC came out, wrestling started dying down. But now with them having it on TV, like you got Raw that has, well, not, or you got Raw. WWE has Raw. Hold on 1 minute. That has WWE that has Monday Night Raw, NXT, Friday Night SmackDown, stuff like that. Then you got AEW, you got Impact, you got Ring of Honor. Now there's a new one. It's called MLW. Now everything's, back then it was just one thing. Now I think it'll make a comeback, and I think independent wrestling will too. If you just, like my one buddy, he knows what he's doing, because I was told, hey, just go and see if they need help with anything. So I went. He was like that. He knew what he was doing, and he's real passionate about it. He's a damn good guy, and I help him out. Because we sit and bullshit. When we first did this, like the one former friend, we was all supposed to. We was all going to sit down and try to go over stuff. Well, the one never showed up. He was either at work or his kids. Well, the one that was supposed to be there that never showed up is a piece of garbage. I will say that because I'm going to be honest about it. I've seen what he's did over the years. He's burned a lot of bridges, ripped up a lot of sponsors. That's why it's hard to get a sponsor. I've had people who want to sponsor. Now with him not being there, I can prove to people, oh, he's not there. I could probably talk to him about getting sponsors, but that's where they talk about money and the people that think they know what they're doing, but they don't. And people that do know what they're doing, but I mean, that's why I said when I put on here, it's just going to be a rant, because I'm just going to rant about a little bit of everything. And like I said, hopefully everything will change, because like I said, I don't want to talk about wrestling all the time, because there's a lot of podcasts like Vince Russo does all his are about wrestling. My one buddy, I don't want to mention his name without his permission. And Jim Cornette does one. His are just, ooh. I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten injured. He has no filter. I mean, I try not to cuss, but when I get worked up about something, if anybody notices from last time that watches that I got new glasses, okay, I can see a whole lot better. But I'm going to start doing these, now. Hey, Sunday. So 6 days from today, which will be this coming Saturday. It'll be in Glendale, West Virginia. We'll be at the Fireman. So I'll give that street, because everybody has trouble finding it. It's 207 7th Street. If you're coming from Wheeling and you come down, you turn right at the first light. There's a church across there. Now, if you're coming from downstate and you're coming up through, it's the last light. You make a left. So, like I said, and then you go down. It's on the left hand side. There's a big ass tree that's right there. That's why no one can find it, because there's a tree there. It's an alright building. I just think, they, as much money as they get from people, they can upgrade a little bit. But that's just me. My buddies seem to enjoy it, so that if that's something they like to do, then hey, I'll go and help. But we're going to start. I'm going to. My one buddy, which is I talked to him a while back ago. I didn't want to bother him because he's on vacation. He said, yeah. So like I said, hopefully I can get a signal there where I can do them and talk. There's a couple of wrestlers I like to talk to. One, maybe if I can get him in person, I can talk to him. Plus, I'm doing one on Instagram, which I'm not. Someone said, well, you just ought to just do the show. I said, well, if that's the case, might as well just set up a camera and do it there and not have a crowd. Well, they got to make money. You can't do a show. If you're going to do something like that, you want to make money. You want to sell T-shirts, your concession stands, raffle stuff off, I don't see why everybody says, oh, bring a big name in. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. Okay, yeah, but that also costs money. So you figure, say your building's $300, and now some places you got to have insurance, which is like $270. So there's $570. That's just for the place that you're doing it at, and you got to pay your talent, which I think anything over $700 is way too much. But we'll just say 700, okay? And then price your tickets. You got to have you know make sure you get enough people to come in. Which one day when I'm off, I'm going to go put an ad in the local paper down here so people will know about the show. Try to like I said, my work schedule is hectic. Sometimes I work in the morning. I get morning shifts, mid shifts. Sometimes I'm there at like 9 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I got a couple of posters out, and like I said, one that used to be a friend. I would put him out. You got to have ring crew. You got to have people who know what they're going to do. Just that's one thing I forgot to mention is to set up the ring. Okay, one thing that I noticed. Okay, when you get a brand new ring, everything's measured because it's you get the frame, metal frame. You get the beams that go across. They go back and forth. Some go this way, some go straight up and down. Then you got the boards, and then you got padding. Okay, now if you're putting a padding on, it don't fit. That's because it's not lined up right. I've had to get on people and say, "Don't cut that." Well, it don't fit, but that's because you don't have it lined up. That padding, if that ring's not lined up, it's not going to fit. And I've seen I've been on not one show, a couple of shows that it took them like 4. I think one time it was like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours to put up a ring. I did a women's show. That's the only thing. That last time I ever wanted to run a show, I ever wanted to do a women's show. Well, I did it in a bad area. I think I had like 35 people. Of course, it was in July. You can't do nothing in July. July is like one of the hottest months, which was hotter than shit out. And if you're going to do stuff like that, you want to do them in like Pittsburgh, I've been like in West Virginia, like Morgantown, Charleston, and Huntington, and even Bluefield. They're the bigger states in West Virginia. Like in Ohio, you got Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, bigger cities where you want to do women's shows. I made money off of it. It was fun. I always said the last show I ever do, I want to at least do a women's show. I don't believe in intergender stuff. I'm not going to promote a guy beating up on a woman. That just, I don't believe in that. I know there's people that do that. If that's something they want to do, that's fine. But like I said, we're going to, I'm going to try to start doing these more. Like I said, I want to hopefully get my mixer charged up. Like I said, I haven't did these because of stuff going on. And I might got my COVID shot, which everybody say, they put a microchip in you to track you. They track you through your computer, your cell phone, your car. If you got anything on with GPS, they track everything. Everybody got mad because they said, "Oh, I can't believe you got a shot." Well, like I said, I get small children in my family. I don't want to get sick. If you don't want to get your shot, that's fine. Someone said they had to make a mandatory if people don't want to get it. My thing is, like I said, they don't want to get the shot and they get deathly sick, then they'll learn. I know that sounds mean and really bad to say, but you can't be an idiot. Someone said, "Oh, they make it mandatory." Well, I got both shots. I felt perfectly fine, and I got diabetes. Which I realized my diabetes is probably what's going to end. If anything's going to take me out, it's going to be my diabetes. Which I lost 45 pounds. I don't like to lay around. Someone said, "Well, you shouldn't have to work. You should get a disability for it." No, disabilities are like for older people. I don't even like welfare. I think welfare should be for people who can't get a job because no one will hire them, or they have small children, or for the elderly and stuff like that. But stuff like that just irritates me. Hold on, I just dropped something. Sand's falling apart at Walmart. Walmart stand, which is a TV stand, not like the ones you eat on. It's like a dinner tray. I got a Chrome book computer. Um, but yeah, this usually, like I said, I had a microphone, but like I said, there was no point in trying to do it because, like I said, I got my mixer I charged, and I got two of them. Um, but yeah, these are, I'm going to start trying to do these more often. Now I'm going to, after I end this one, I'm going to get on and I'll have ones for Tuesday, which I was supposed to be out tomorrow, but where I work at, no one wants to work. That's one thing I want to rant about. All these, I get job things on my phone all the time. Places are hiring. No one will work if you're going to keep sending them free money. You give them like people on unemployment, or they're getting paid more on unemployment than they were working. They think they should. Well, they're going to be really shit out of luck when they end unemployment. I don't think they should send people their free money. I had a friend when Trump sent the $600 up. He ripped it up. That was ever political bullshit, but and then that come out in July, and then, or I forget when it come out, and then Biden got to $1,200 once in less than a month and a half. So they said that people were getting like $12,000 or no $2,000. Now they're getting some people, I mean, people that need help. I can understand. I'm on a charity case. I work for what I get, so I can take care of my kids. There's people I know that can't work that are on disability. That's fine. That's why they're on disability. But just sending out free money, it's not going to make the virus go away. But other than that, that's been, I don't know how long I've been on here for. So excuse me for you have to look at my bald head. I'll probably be on here another 3 minutes. I usually try to do a half-hour one, which is late at night, and I got kids that got to be in school. Except for my son, which it's senior skip day, so he's going to hang out with a buddy. Which I can get on him about that because I did. We all did that when we were seniors in high school. They called it senior skip day, but you didn't get in trouble for it. But like Tuesday, most likely, probably anytime after about noon or about 2:00. Well, before 3, because that's when my kids usually get home from school, and I realize I can start doing these and I'll post up on there. But like I said, I've been telling people, hey, I know I'm no one famous. I don't think people give a shit what I talk about. But I don't get on here and crap on presidents, football, people. Less I know they're bad people and they do stupid shit. But like the one thing that but back when I was talking about before I get off here is if you get on Facebook, okay, I get a lot of friend requests. Like I said, I'm trying to say that I'm someone important. But if you set someone's friend request, that's fine. If you don't know them, don't randomly send people friend requests. Don't get on there and start asking girls inappropriate, that's inappropriate comments, which someone tried to blame me for that, and that's one thing I want to say now. I joke with the girls that I know. We joke back and forth, but when you tell someone that you never met a day in your life, and they randomly start bluntly ask you, hey, can you pay my credit card, or hey, can you send me money for this or send me money for that? You don't know that, and then you tell them no. Then they start lying to people. Oh, they said this, so they said that, And I just recently had a vlog, probably about 15 people, and it's probably going to keep getting more because I'm not going to have the tolerance for stupid people. This is something, like I said, I love donations. I'd like to get on here and bash people, but I'm going to bash the ones that deserve to get bashed because I lost like 3 friends because of their ignorant stuff that they've said to people, and mainly females. So someone said, well, is that going to bother you? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be associated with someone like that. I know someone who got in trouble that no one hit it pretty good until I was at the show one day and they brought an envelope which it was like one of them envelopes, the yellow ones, and I pulled the paper out. There was a picture, what's the picture, and what they did wrong, and I'm like, I'm done. And it had to involve small underage kids. I'm like, I had three daughters. Well, I should say three. I got one that complains like she's a girl, but I got two daughters and a son. And I'm like, the one guy said, if you want to be associated with that, more power to you. I don't want to be associated with anybody like that. So, like I said, I'm not going to call him out on here because that's people don't realize that's slander and defamation of character. You can get in trouble for that. I'm not. I don't have the time. To have to go to court because you ousted someone out on YouTube, and I don't like to do that anyways. I don't think it's appropriate. Um, it's just people like that. Um, I just don't have no use to or tolerate. Um, but like I said, I'll be on here Tuesday. This was my rant. Like a lot of stuff going on and stuff like that. Um, Now when I go this Saturday, when I go down the apartment hall, one of the apartments hall in Glendale, West Virginia, everybody said, well, after you get your first shot and you got to go back I think like 3 weeks later or something like that. You get your second shot and then you got to wait 2 weeks for the vaccination to work. Someone said, well, are you still going to wear a mask? I said, yeah, I'm going to bring sanitizer with me. Hopefully I don't have to work the next day because I usually like to stay around after the show, talk to two of my buddies and stuff like that. And so hopefully I don't have to open. But if the next day where I work at, or if I close, I can stay. And I try not to stay too late because my ride usually picks me up. They don't want to be up all night waiting. But like I said, yes, Tuesday I'll definitely be on. Saturday for sure. Was going to do one last time, but with the health department, with the virus, because no one wants to wear a mask, they didn't get to do it. So this time, I'm going to post it like on a Thursday. Hey, you, you know, um, but on the show. But like I said, until Tuesday, like I said, yeah, sorry that I had to rant. Once, like I said, I know you get down, you see my head because the others are real small. But like I said, been hunting long enough. I try not. Now during the daytime, I like to do like 45 minutes to an hour, maybe sometimes like 90 minutes. But being on here 2-3 hours, I mean, what the hell? I mean, Tuesday I was to talk about the NFL draft that I watched for the first time in probably about 9 years. Um, and then like Saturday will be about the wrestling. And like I said, I'm gonna do these all my days off. I try to do them when the kids are in school. No one's here because when you got like 5 people in the house and like 25 things hooked up to the internet, it kind of kills trying to get on. But like I said, Tuesday I want to talk about the NFL draft, and like I said, I don't want to talk about wrestling all the time because like I said, there's a lot of people that don't like to talk about wrestling. I'll talk about UFC fights, boxing, basketball, um, just like random sports, um, you know, random topics and stuff like that. But I said until Tuesday, like I said, um, I'll post the time after I get off here. I'll get on. It'll be on here. You'll see it. Like I said, if you have friends that want to watch this, more power to you. To them. Like, the more people on. Like I said, they told me they keep sending me things out that I can charge people. There's a fee that says $1.99 or whatever. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I'm not. This ain't a job for me. It's a hobby. It's a difference. I know a lot of people get paid for this because they don't work. Me, I work, but I like to do these. But and like till Tuesday, like I said, it'll pop up on her. I'll share it on Facebook. But Tuesday, I'll definitely be on for sure. And Saturday, for which I'm at home now. Tuesday I'll be at the wrestling event. So definitely the 2 days that I'll be on. If there's an extra day that comes up, when I'm on again, I'll let people know. But until Tuesday, I will talk to everybody later, and hopefully everybody that had a good weekend. So until Tuesday, I will talk to everybody then.